Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jess, documenting things, all motherhood basically at the moment, lifestyle, vlogs, hauls, all of that sort of thing. So if that's the sort of thing that interests you, then please consider subscribing, and if you do like this video then make sure you give it a thumbs up. So let's get into it. I'm going to talk about the third trimester. Now, it's a little bit strange thinking about talking about that because I'm actually in the fourth trimester right now. I'm 6.5 weeks postpartum. Sorry if you can hear Ellery in the background. She is having a bit of a limp party. She's struggling to settle and go to sleep at the moment, so bear with me one moment. I've got her down on the floor with me now, so if she does start moaning, at least I'm here and I can see to her. Okay, so as I was in the third trimester, I documented everything in my notes to make sure that I didn't forget any symptoms and things. So let's get into it. So the third trimester, wow, there are so many symptoms that come up in the third trimester. I found it quite a hard trimester, to be honest. I didn't find any trimester easy, to be fair. But yes, the third trimester, oh, I don't know if I would say if it was worse than the first or not. I think they're kind of equal, but for completely different reasons. But anyway, let's go through the symptoms. So, reduced hair growth. So I found this quite strange because I thought when you're pregnant that you grow like a lot of hair, but mine stopped. So if I like shaved my legs or something, it wouldn't grow back as quick, which was very bizarre for me. And also the length of my actual hair as well. I've recently had it cut. It was kind of down here, but it didn't really grow in length. It just kind of grew in thickness. So yeah, reduced hair growth, except for on my face. I think every other day, sometimes every day, I would have to pluck thick black hairs from my chin. Not the most flattering symptom. Another symptom was heart palpitations. I used to get these quite a lot. They would just come on randomly. It wasn't necessarily if I was feeling anxious or anything like that. They would just randomly come on. In particular, when I'd lie down at night and I'd try and go to sleep, then they'd come on quite a bit. So yeah, that wasn't too pleasant either, but again, it's nothing to worry about. So if you're in the third trimester and you're getting heart palpitations, it's completely normal, but of course if you are worried, then make sure you do go and get it checked out. Leg and hand cramps. Oh, I do not miss this at all. So yeah, in my hands, they would just randomly like seize and cramp up, so I wouldn't be able to use my hands for a little bit. And leg cramps, this would just randomly come on. It was usually in the night, so if I was kind of stretching in the night, oh my goodness, the pain. And the best thing to do, guys, even though it feels like the complete opposite of what you want to do, completely stretch your leg out and make sure you push your foot up so it's pointing towards the ceiling. All you want to do is just kind of curl it up and massage it. Massage it as well, but really stretch it out and push your foot up. I've found that was the most effective way of getting rid of it. It hurt the most kind of at the very beginning, but then it felt a lot better, so I'd really recommend that. Nausea came back. To be fair, I was nauseous throughout the whole pregnancy, really. In the second trimester, it died down a little bit. But in the third trimester, it did start to come back. It wasn't constant like the first. It would kind of come in waves. So I'd have a few days where I felt really rough, and a few days where it might have only been kind of just in the evening or just for a random 10 minutes or whatever. But it definitely came back. And extreme fatigue. There is nothing like third trimester tired. I am nearly 7 weeks postpartum now, so Ellery is nearly 7 weeks old, and although it's hard, It's a completely different type of tired. So if anybody says to you, if you're in the 3rd trimester, oh, wait until the baby's here, well, at least you've got a reason to be tired, and it's a good reason to be tired. Like, you've been up in the night with your baby. That's kind of what you want, you know, you're pregnant, you wanted this baby. In the 3rd trimester, you don't want to be tired, you're still working, you're still having to do everything else as well as growing this human, and yeah, there is no tiredness like it. I would often have to just have random naps in the afternoon if I was able to. I worked up until I was 38 weeks, well, about 30, just over 37 and a half weeks. And my goodness, by lunchtime, I just wanted to collapse at my desk. And I was just sat at a desk, so I was really fortunate because of the overlap with COVID. I did get pulled out of the classroom quite early. So hats off to you guys who are teachers or work in a job where you're on your feet all day, running after people. It is really hard because you are so tired. But yeah, that was one of the hardest symptoms, definitely. I got full very, very quickly because there's not much room for anything in there when you've got your baby in there. Sorry, Ellery is making all sorts of noises, aren't you, baby? Hey, you're very unsettled today. You've got a bit of wind. There we go. Yeah, so I got full very quickly. I like my dinner. I like my food, and I would usually, you know, eat a very big portion. A bigger portion than I should have been eating for, you know, my size and whatever. But yeah, I would really struggle to eat, get full very quickly. Another symptom that I had is that I craved sugar. So in the 1st trimester, if you watch my 1st trimester video, it was the complete opposite. I just wanted salt. I wanted salty things and I wanted milk. That completely changed. All I wanted was sugar, which is why I then kind of had a feeling that I was having a girl, because that is apparently one of the symptoms of having a girl, even though I think it is all myths. But yeah, I was a sugar fiend. It was really quite bad. But it's the only thing that could get me by, because you know, I couldn't have caffeine, you know, to keep you awake and to give you energy. So I think craving sugar is quite a common thing because it is of that lack of energy. Another symptom of feeling very heavy. Oh, I do not miss that. Just feeling like you're carrying around a bowling ball all the time. It is just exhausting, and then you're trying to roll over in bed and it's really awkward, and you have to put your knees together and just heave yourself over because it's, yeah. You feel very heavy, guys, feel very heavy. Needing the toilet literally every 2 seconds. I do not miss that either. I think I must go to the toilet about 3 times a day now. I'd spotted my gran walking down the road, so she just randomly popped in to see Ellery. These things happen when you have a newborn. You just get random visitors popping up. So yes, where was I? Needing the toilet all the time. Yes, that was a big one. I used to get out of breath doing absolutely nothing. So I would literally just be sitting down on the sofa and feel like I had ran a marathon. So you just walk up the stairs and sometimes have to stop halfway through because, yeah, you just feel like you've run a marathon all the time. Lightheadedness, I would often feel really dizzy and feel quite faint, especially if I was getting palpitations and stuff at the same time. Again, it's all just linked to the fatigue and just everything in general, really. So, yep, I became really, really lightheaded. I'd often get dry eyes or blurry vision. So it would just come on randomly. Since having Ellery, I haven't had that. They thought maybe there was, you know, I could have had something wrong with my eyes because I hadn't had them tested for a while. And when you are pregnant, your eyesight can deteriorate. But I think things have kind of reset back to normal, but I will go and get them tested anyway, just to be safe. But yeah, that was another symptom. Braxton hicks. Now, they're not supposed to hurt, and they're supposed to be quite mild, but personally mine, a lot of the time I thought they were genuine contractions. I would be pacing, like, up and down the bedroom. I always have to, like, practice my breathing. The only thing that would really help them would be getting into a bath, so I'd really recommend that. Even though when I started to have my real contractions, having a bath was the worst thing that I could do. But that is over in my birth vlog, so if you want to know all about my birth, then go over there. Chest tightness, so again this kind of linked to the heart palpitations, but there was some moments where, yeah, it just felt like everything was just really caving in and just really tightening really hard. So again, yeah, that wasn't a very pleasant symptom either. Lightning crotch. Oh, that was not the one. You would just be randomly doing, like, just anything, doesn't matter what you were doing, and then there would just be this random really sharp kind of like stabbing pain, feels like lightning kind of going through your crotch and the side of your leg, and oh, I do not miss them either. And as soon as your baby's head engages, it just gets worse and worse and worse. So again, not a symptom that I liked either. There was a point where I started to get really itchy in the night. Now, if you do start to get itchy, particularly in the 3rd trimester, make sure you get it checked out. I rang the assessment unit and they asked me to come in for a blood test, and so I did, and my liver function was showing as being reasonably high, so I had to keep repeating the blood tests, and eventually it was a reason why I was induced earlier than my due date, because I had high liver function, and then that can also be signs for having preeclampsia, which thankfully I didn't get. It didn't get to that point, but if you do have itchiness, it can be completely normal in pregnancy, but if you're itchy on the bottoms of your feet or on the palm of your hands, please make sure that you go and get checked. I was itchy throughout the night. It's making me itchy just talking about it. Yeah, I was itchy through the night and I literally wanted to rip my skin off. So if it kind of gets to that point, not just kind of general itching, where it gets to the point where it's kind of unbearable, then make sure you do go and get it checked out. So in terms of weight gain, I think in the end I gained just over 2.5 stone. I don't know if that's an average or if it's under or over, I don't know. But as soon as I gave birth to Ellery, I literally lost 1.5 stone straight away, just through the weight of her, the weight of the placenta, the water retention that you have, because you get a swelling, you get an awful lot of swelling. That is another symptom that I did not write down. By the end of the 3rd trimester, I couldn't wear my rings anymore. My wrists were ballooned, my ankles were ballooned. I didn't know what my ankles were anymore. I pretty much could only wear flip-flops because my feet were so swollen. And it took a couple of weeks after giving birth for all of that to kind of go down. But again, then you do start to lose more of the weight that you did put on when the swelling and the water retention goes down as well. So if you do put on a bit of weight during pregnancy and you have made sure that you've not gone too overboard eating unhealthily, then don't worry, it probably will come off. I've kind of stalled now and I'm about 0.5 stone off what I was before pregnancy, but I've been waiting until my 6-week check, you know, have the all clear, because I did have a C-section in the end. But again, if you want to hear about all of that, please go over to my birth vlog. Yes, I've been waiting to be signed off for that. I am going to try and start doing some more exercise, even if it is just going on long walks with the pram, because pushing a pram that is cardio in itself. It really is. Yeah, so my birth plan. My birth plan, I wish I recorded this before I'd had Ellery, because I would have been so like positive, like, oh, I really want a Zen birth, I want a water birth. If not, I want it to be as natural as possible. I was going to, you know, take massage oils and fairy lights and just have, you know, it as all as calm as possible. But I soon found out that having a birth plan was pretty much a waste of time. Again, if you want to know more about that, please go over to my birth vlog where I have documented it all there. Yeah, so that was kind of my third trimester in a nutshell. I think I covered all of the symptoms. I might have missed a few. As I said, I missed swelling off my list. Thankfully, I managed to remember it for this video. I hope that helps. I hope that prepares you if you're about to go into the third trimester, or makes you feel better if you are in the third trimester and you have got the same or similar symptoms. Yeah, let me know in the comments down below how your third trimester was. Did you enjoy it? Did you find it a lot easier than I did? Because everybody's, you know, experiences and symptoms are different. And there's so many people that I've spoken to that have said how they really enjoyed their third trimester and they felt amazing, and they, you know, loved their bump and really sad not to be pregnant anymore. Whereas unfortunately for me, as much as I really wanted to enjoy being pregnant, I didn't. And to be honest, I don't miss it at all. I guess I kind of miss that feeling of her being in me a little bit, but to be honest, it was just uncomfortable. The kicks under the ribs and things, just, nah, it's not for me. Even though, you know, if we are fortunate to have another child in the future, I would love to have another child. I just wish I could do it without having to go through the pregnancy. But I know each pregnancy is unique, and if I am fortunate enough to be pregnant again, I know that it could be completely different. My symptoms could be completely different. Maybe I would like it the second time around. Maybe my body will have been used to it, so it responds differently. I don't know. Anyway, I'm waffling. Please subscribe if you'd like. Please give it a thumbs up if you'd like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!